Once again, another Jordan 1 drop out of the woodworks, and of course we're gonna cop it because it's paying homage to an OG. The Shadow 1 is finally getting a Shadow 2. So let's talk about it. Welcome on YouTube, welcome back to the page, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another episode of STV, Squint TV that is. And on this video, like I said in the intro, we're gonna talk about these two shoes right here. It's not really a review because everybody's already doing a review, so I gotta switch it up and do something different so you guys could enjoy this video. This is gonna be a comparison between the Shadow 1.0s and the Shadow 2.0s. Let me show you. And here they are. This is absolutely favorite. Everybody knows it. This is the 1.0, as you can see. Matter of fact, let me get this a little bit darker. There you go. Do you see the shade of this shadow? It's a little bit darker, right? So how could this be the 2.0 if the shades are different, right? Well, do I have a story for you guys. I had to dig deep into Jordan Brand's history just to find out why would they call this the 2.0 if it's not the same shade as the 1.0. So let's get into this. So since its debut, this shoe released 3 times. Well, it retroed 3 more times. 2009, 2013, and then 2018. This is the 2018 pair. As you see, is darker like I showed before. And the reason why it's darker, a lot of people didn't think it was true to the OG. To my surprise, I thought it was. I thought the 2018 pair was the truest and closest to the OG. Boy, to my surprise was I wrong. Looking back in the archives of Nike and Air Jordan, the shadows, the shadow gray is actually lighter than this. Like, it's smoke gray. This is not smoke gray. Like, closer look again, this is actually darker than your typical smoke gray. The 2.0 is the actual closest to the smoke gray, and it blew my mind to pieces. Because I was actually hating on the shoe because I didn't like the fact that they were calling it the Shadow 2.0, but it wasn't the closest to the shadows that I knew. Now, back in the days, Nike and Jordan used to do a lot of samples. There were so many samples that came out, but none got released. This was a version of the shadows that they was playing around with that they thought they might release, but never did until now. So picture a whole room full of Jordan 1 samples, this being one of them. It never released, and then decades later, boom, it came out and nobody's paying it any mind. So technically, this is an unreleased OG. And with that being said, my question for you guys, if this one actually came out first instead of this one, which one would you actually like? Because I feel like because this one came out first, everybody's just in love with this color blocking. But if this came out first, I think we'll rather this than this. But let's delete back to what I said about the shade of gray. Now, the shade of gray in the 2018 is very dark. A lot of the new retros like the breads were darker and a lot of people didn't love it. So when you look at the bread that Kanye used to wear, it was a bright red. The one we got was more bloodshot, closer to like a maroon type of colorway and not really a true red. Maybe a gym red, but not the red that we're used to on the old breads. It's the same thing with the shadows. The shadows used to be this light. The 2009 pair was actually this shade of gray. This gray right here on this shoe is the truest, closest to the one from 2009. Now, I'm not saying it's the OG one, but I'm pretty sure the one from 2009 is everybody's favorite, or the 2013 is their favorite because it's more of a light gray and more of that smoke gray look. And this is actually the closest to it. So if this shoe came out first and this has the right colorway, shouldn't this be going for more than this one right here? Because this one is telling a true story, unlike this one right here. Everybody say they love Jordans because of the color, because of the story. Then how come nobody loved this? The story is that this is an unreleased PE or an unreleased OG colorway. Technically, it could have been an OG. Now, I'm not trying to say that so the prices could fork up and go high as hell. I'm just saying, if you're a true Jordan 1 fan and you love the Jordan 1 model, why wouldn't you pick up an unreleased colorway? This is technically a shoe that was supposed to drop back in the days. Michael Jordan would have possibly worn it and it just never released. Now we had a chance, a piece of history, and you're like, nah, these are trash, I don't want them. You know what you guys do want? The Travis Scott and Fragment highs. Now what if I told you that that colorway is not brand new? What if I told you that sample was next to this sample? Would the price of this go up since the Travis right now are going for like $1,000 and they haven't dropped yet? Would the price of these go up if I told you that that shoe was a sample just like this one? No? You want proof? The Travis Scott and Fragment Air Jordan 1 is a sample back from 1985. What Travis Scott and Fragment did was add the backward swoosh and the lightning bolt, and now all of a sudden it's an amazing shoe. You guys love it. They're giving us a real sample untouched and you guys don't want it. You know what else is crazy? The fact that the LA to Chicago's were also a sample. Yeah, take a look. There you go for yourself. The shoe that everybody loved, the Jordan 1 SB highs or whatever you want to call them, the LA to Chicago's, the LA part of that shoe was actually a colorway that was a sample. See how the sneaker game is? If you could just add a little bit of hype, you could sell unreleased OGs, but it's cool. Now I know you guys probably want to see it on feet, but I'm not gonna do one because I really just want to focus on the comparison between these two shoes right here. My biggest thing is that the outsole of the shoe is both black. I think one of these shoes should have had a gray outsole, and honestly looking at it, it should have been this one right here. This should have the gray outsole because the Breads and the Royals also have their matching color as their outsole. So leaving this as a black outsole, I think they missed the ball. And I think maybe adding it on this one would have been overkill, but this one would have been just perfect. Maybe I'm just rambling for no reason, but guys, let me know. So another feature that I want to show you guys that might not be just this shoe, but every single Jordan 1 that's been coming out. Take a look at the insole. Well, not insole, but inside of the shoe. If you take a close look, let me get closer for you guys. If you take a close look on this shoe right here, do you see that the mesh was really open? Like, I don't know if you can see, but look. All of this mesh is open. But when you take a look at the new one, it's a different type of mesh they use for the insole. And it's been way better, a lot more comfier than the other shoes. I don't know why they changed it, but I'm happy they did. Let me show you again. You see that? Yeah, there you go. You see how open it is? You can see the grids. This one you can't. Yeah, it's been like that for a lot of shoes, but I'll just say that is one of the takeaways. But yo guys, let me know, do you like the 1.0s over the 2.0s, or do you like the 2.0s over the 1.0s? I know a lot of people's gonna say, yo, that's blasphemy. How the hell can you say that the away is better than the OGs? And yes, these are called away. Anytime a shoe comes out like this first and then they flip it to this, it's called the away. Don't know why, that's the rule when it comes to color blocking. So yo guys, that's it. Love, manners, and always respect. I'm out of here.